Law enforcement and correctional personnel have legal authority to use force in the performance of their duties. The police frequently use force to effect lawful arrests in self-defense and to overcome unlawful resistance. Correctional personnel frequently use force in self-defense, breaking up fights, maintaining security and order, and quelling disturbances or riots. Proper training. Agencies must provide proper training and education to officers so that they know the proper guidelines for the use of force. Officers must know when and how much force to use when force is needed. Why is the use of force okay? The use of force is needed in certain situations to help ensure the safety of officers, victims, and surrounding parties. Correcting the emerging issue in civil liability on the use of force. There is always possibility of excessive force being used by officers. There is always a possibility of civil liability for victims of excessive force, causing many questions. What constitutes excessive force? What is reasonable force? Was the amount or type of force used by the officer appropriate and necessary? Civil liability against the use of force. Using force outside the legal guidelines will result in civil liability if the citizen or prisoner alleges that the officer violated his or her constitutionally protected rights by using unreasonable force. Officers must justify the type and degree of force used in any situation. Levels of force. Deadly or lethal force that a law enforcement officer uses with the purpose of causing or that the officer knows to create a substantial risk of causing death or serious bodily harm. Excessive use of force, the application of lawful use of force in too many separate incidents. Non-deadly or less lethal force, the level of force required to gain compliance that is not known to or intended to create serious bodily harm or death. Use of excessive force, the application of force beyond what is reasonably believed to be necessary to gain compliance from a subject in any given incident. Use of force, the amount or effort required by law enforcement to gain compliance from unwilling subjects. The next slide is a slide showing you how the government tries to correct and also limit the use of force. And here is your works cited page.